never said being a grown-up was easy. Well, our next guest is a psychologist and the author of Mastering Adulthood, and she's here to teach us how to develop the healthy emotional skills that we all need to cope with the tough job of adulting. Please welcome Dr. Laura Fielding. Welcome.
Welcome, Laura.
Great to have you here.
Thank you.
This is such a phenomenal book for so many reasons. I mean, let's just dive right into it and say that there's just a lot of pressures with being a grown-up. And you say in the book, you say that young people of today are having more difficulty than previous generations, kind of making that transition into adulthood. And as parents, we're hearing now that it's a bit our fault.
Well, it is a bit your fault. So it's true. Young adults are having a harder time than ever. The statistics are real. Something like 35% of millennials say they've been in therapy at one time or another. And that reflects the number of young adults that are reporting less than optimal mental health and anxiety and depression.
Right.
And it is a bit of the burden on the parents, as everything is, right? That parents are, of course, wanting their children to avoid suffering and to not feel disappointments. All parents want that. But in today's day and age, there are so many terrific ways to avoid, distract, and suppress emotions that parents are really doing kids a disservice by not allowing them to learn through the difficult emotions that come from disappointment.
Oh, man,
So they need to be disappointed.
Yes, indeed. Our emotions
Or at least
teach us.
feel the disappointment.
Right.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
No
Yeah.
worries. Yes, when we feel disappointment or any difficult emotions, we're actually learning something really important because our emotions have a really important communication function for ourselves and to people around us. So sadness, for example, says there's been a loss. It's time to slow down and heal. Anger says there's been an injustice that needs to be fought for. Or anxiety or fear says there's actually a danger.
So if we don't, I mean, little kids, young adults, teenagers, everybody, adults, we have to feel our emotions and learn how to deal with them. Otherwise, we end up stuck.
Yes, because our emotions tell us what we care deeply about and what's important. So at that transition phase of life, or when you're feeling a lot of stressors, if you don't allow yourself to feel your feelings, you will be sort of paralyzed and unmotivated because you won't know what needs changing in your life.
I'm in the minority at the preschool. I feel sometimes
Right?
I'm the
There's
tough
pressure
mom,
on you.
and I think, oh gosh, are they looking at me thinking, gosh, she's so tough? If she falls down and hurts herself, and says, I say, okay, all right, how you feeling? Are we okay? All right, and I go, but I don't try to suppress her emotion. If she is acting out in a way, I don't try to make her not be disappointed. If she hasn't, you know what I mean? I want her to feel it, as opposed to saying, oh, it's going to be all right, it's going to be all right. Oh, don't worry, mommy will fix it. But then I see the other moms doing the complete opposite, and I think maybe I need to be more gentle.
It's somewhere in between, actually, if I may throw this out there, that it's actually validating that hurt. Ow, oh,
Okay,
gosh,
yeah.
did that hurt? Yeah. And, okay, you're good.
Right.
It's a balance of those two. So children learn when they feel a difficult emotion, this emotion feels this way, and I'm still lovable and okay. So I don't have to have shame about having emotions.
Beautiful. In the book, you also talk about, in a sense, thinking of ourselves as being the driver of our own vehicle in order to be in control of our emotions. But the thing is, as we're driving along, we pick up passengers, the people in our lives, and sometimes those passengers can kind of hijack our emotions.
Exactly.
Right?
Thinking about your vehicle, your body that you're sitting in right now as your mind-body vehicle is an excellent way to start thinking about how there's a relationship between events in our history and our current context and how we're responding. So your body is your biology, your emotions and thoughts and feelings are your passengers, and the road is the context that you're reacting to. So passengers are sort of the residue from your past experiences, those difficult experiences that you've had in the past. Maybe if you were bullied in school or something, then when current road conditions remind us a little bit of that that's when we'll see things like overreacting to certain kinds of situations or repeated situations that keep manifesting in our lives. When that happens, you know you have a passenger on board.
Yeah, and you have to break those cycles, or they will just continue.
Of reactivity. Passengers, because we can't delete our past, we can't get rid of passengers. What we can do is change the way we respond to our passengers, and that's where skillfulness comes in.
And you have some amazing techniques to respond to our passengers and all stresses in life, not just the passengers in your car, real or in your brain. Will you show us some of those?
I'd love to.
Okay.
So we're going to do that right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, in practice and in my book, it's more nuanced for each individual, but I've picked three particular practices because there's a way that we need to engage our emotions. We need to lean into our emotions rather than trying to push and suppress them. And it starts with the very important step one is validate the emotion.
Okay.
Simple, easy way is right now just see if you can identify any emotion that's present, maybe a little nervousness, for me anyway, little, a little, and just labeling it. When you find the one word, emotion word for your emotion, you already start to downregulate it. And there's cool neuroscience research that shows that. So label the emotion and honor that you're having that experience. It's okay. That's step one. Step two is notice and check your thoughts. Right? Keep them in check. Notice sometimes when we're having an extreme emotion, right, your thoughts go really all or none or extreme. So when you're feeling a strong emotion, ask yourself, is my thought really 100% true? And then anchor yourself in the present moment. Notice that time traveling to the future that makes us anxious and the past time traveling that makes us sad. And then use your actions, the only thing that's in your control. So we're going to walk through the steps now. So my favorite skill is called willingness hands. And this is a great way to drop in and become more responsive to your emotional experience rather than reactive. So step one is both feet flat on the floor or, or as flat as we can get here. And we're dropping our shoulders down and we're extending our hands out and up and onto our knees and softening our belly a little bit. And just opening ourselves wide open like this.
Do this along with us at home, too. This
yes,
is like
definitely. And maybe add just a little raising, not forcing anything, just raising the corners of your lips just a little bit into a half smile.
Just like that.
And just notice how your body feels when you're in this position. Not really having to do a whole lot at all. Can you notice anything different that happens? When
I'm going to fall asleep.
Very
is
peaceful.
what I'm
I
noticing.
feel very happy. You guys stay in this position right here. Stay in this. I'm going to take us out. Everybody at home, stay in that position. I'll say a huge thank you to you for being here and spreading this wisdom. Everybody, Dr. Fielding's book, Mastering Adulthood, is available now wherever books are sold. And for more information, go to mindful-mastery.com.
It could just be called Mastering Life.
Mastering Life.
Still to come on Home and Family, make your home the best brunch spot in town with the ultimate ham and cheese sandwich.
Better than a French bistro.
Plus, create a work of art in a single breath.
Look at that.